Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're taking a closer look, at an IT services company, Alqubit, and its founder, Borislava Tatchev. What really grabbed us? Well, it's their core idea. IT is an expression of art. It sounds great, really compelling, but, is it just slick marketing? Or is there real substance behind that claim?
That's the immediate question, isn't it? Because it sets a high bar. What's important for anyone listening, especially decision makers, is Alqubit isn't promising miracles. They focus on delivering certainty. And they build that on transparency and a clear methodology. Plus that 25-year history, well, that speaks volumes in IT. Longevity really matters here.
It absolutely does. Stability is huge. But let's go back to that core idea, that tension between art and technology. The goal seems to be elevating IT, right? Taking it out of just a server room mindset. How does framing it as art actually help a business's bottom line?
Well, the art part is really about a shift in perspective. It's about moving IT away from being seen as just this reactive cost center, the stuff you have to maintain. Instead, they position it as a strategic, proactive asset, something that genuinely fuels business agility, maybe even profitability. It's a fundamental move away from just break-fix thinking.
Okay, so it's strategic. But an artistic vision, that could easily become kind of vague, right? What keeps it grounded? What are the sort of practical anchors?
Right, you need discipline. And that comes through their core business values. They're explicitly non-contradictory, which is interesting. There's integrity, sure, but also value co-creation. That means projects are built around mutual success, shared growth, not just, ticking boxes or billing hours. And then there's the operational commitment, realistic, minimalist, and efficient. So it's this blend of high-level philosophy with very practical engineering-style rigor.
Okay, and that rigor gets really specific with their framework, the 12 business principles and 4 pillars. This sounds like the blueprint for delivering that certainty you mentioned.
Exactly. This is how they translate the vision into action. Let's take the first pillar. Organize and prepare. The principles under that basically demand that any IT strategy must directly map to the wider business objectives. This happens before resources get committed. So it directly tackles that common pain point, inadequate strategic alignment, by forcing that discussion right at the beginning.
Makes sense. Being deliberate from the start.
Yep.
And then there's the third pillar, being. That's an unusual name for something technical. What's that about?
Yeah, being is interesting. Principles under this pillar, like resilience and self-awareness, they translate directly into system design. It's about building systems that anticipate issues, that prevent problems proactively. It's really the structured antidote to that reactive break-fix cycle we talked about. You build in resilience, you demand constant self-assessment. You're designing problem prevention into the system itself, trying to stop meltdowns before they start.
That focus on prevention, on continuity.
Yeah.
It seems closely tied to the founder herself, Borislava Tatchev. Her long experience must provide a sense of stability.
Definitely. And her credibility isn't just based on tenure. She actively demonstrates it through her public deep dive video series. This isn't just some high-level marketing fluff. It's quite detailed. It shows a real commitment to transparency, proving she's a hands-on practitioner who shares the how behind their approach. Solid social proof.
Showing the work. And speaking of the actual work, their services are positioned as these masterpieces, like their next-gen cybersecurity offering, which uses the zero trust model. What makes that approach particularly artful or effective?
Zero trust is fundamentally different. The old way was often trust once inside the network. Zero trust operates on never trust, always verify. Always. It means things like microsegmentation, continuous checks on identity, really strict access controls. It treats every single request, even internal ones, as potentially suspect. It's a much more dynamic, proactive defense, which, frankly, you need today.
Okay, so pulling this all together, for you listening, what's the takeaway? It seems Alqubit really does manage to connect this philosophical IT as art idea with a very practical, structured approach that delivers results. It's about shifting IT from just a necessary cost.
Exactly. From a commodity service into something more like a personalized, boutique, strategic partnership. They're selling a shift towards IT as a carefully crafted engine for your business.
So, leaves you with a question, doesn't it? If technology can be an expression of art, what hidden potential might you be overlooking in your own systems just because you've always seen them as just a utility? Something to think about.